Previously on Luis Serra's Bizarre Adventure.
Hey.
And this is the end of the video. I could edit in roundabout.
Now where's the amber?
Unfortunately, it's not on me at the moment. And you really should be telling me.
I could only assume that this lady used those stilettos to climb the rocks.
Right before I got caught. Which is why I'm still alive.
Meanwhile, I like how Luis is having so much trouble climbing.
He forgot to drink one of those slip-resistant elixirs.
Someone forgot their froggy suit.
Yeah, should have worn the froggy suit.
Or maybe he's like me and just like decided, I don't need it.
There's a particular rhythm to actually make progress. It's it's 5 steps upward and then jump, and when you slide down, you actually end up slightly higher than where you were.
I thought it was 4.
Yeah, I always counted 4.
2.
Well, I like to live dangerously, so.
This is Roost. I've got some bad news, Condor 1. With the weather like this, the chopper can't make its approach. Can you stand by until it clears?
Negative. Too dangerous. We're gonna get out of here and find someplace safe.
I'm sorry. I wish I could do more to help.
Don't worry about it. We'll swim home if we have to. Condor 1, out.
I missed the days with, there was an Easter egg in Google Maps where if you try to set walking directions from somewhere in North America to somewhere in Europe, one of those steps would be to swim.
Yeah, those were fun times. All right, well.
So, what are we going to craft today?
Nothing, apparently.
Oh, my favorite thing.
Tease.
All right. I suppose we could just hang out here at this purple torch until the weather clears up, but where's the fun in that?
And at some point, the merchant's going to start charging or making us pay rent.
I mean, I got a bunch of pesetas. I think we'll be fine for a while.
I've got some new items in stock. Come take a look.
The merchant would be an unstoppable landlord because he's impossible to kill.
Oh no. Also, here is the, this is when the game tells you that flash grenades are good for defeating the plagas. I'm not sure the original game ever actually tells you this, but I'm glad at least one version of the game does.
There's also another type of grenade that was in the original that doesn't appear. Not sure if you're planning to talk about that, so I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, right. Incendiary grenades?
Yes. They are gone.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't think they really needed to come back. They weren't great.
Yeah, they were fine, I guess.
They were alright as a temporary measure, but... I mean, I think we've just demonstrated why they were cut in the first place.
Yeah.
It will reduce your target to a bloody pulp.
Anyway, we now have the riot gun, which is my shotgun of choice in this game.
Give that the care it deserves.
Yeah, the riot gun is really good. It was okay in the original, but in the remake it's much better.
Our craftsmanship demands.
Yeah, this thing has a really good range, especially for a shotgun.
Got a selection to come back.
Which is funny because the final upgrade of the basic shotgun was to give it basically the range of your average pistol. Come on. There we go.
God. Ugh, asshole. I do love me a good hit scan shotgun, though.
It's so good.
Ooh, okay.
Don't worry, I got it. I would have checked the map to get it, too. Alright, sounds like we've got a stronghold to deal with.
So did the merchant set up shop before or after that note appeared?
I think he wrote it himself.
Got company. Keep moving, but quietly. Got it.
Actually, don't bother so much with the quietly part. You can run up behind them all you want.
Just like this, Ashley. We'll teach you how to be a rogue warrior yet.
And you will learn all of the incredible ways that you could use the word fuck.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna demonstrate what I think you are? Oh, okay. Well, it may not work anymore. Or it might, but if you headshot these ladies as they're dying, screaming, being set on fire, does not break stealth.
I mean, I have not broken stealth even though I fired this thing 3 times.
Yeah.
I have not broken stealth even as I have shot this guy in the shoulder
Wow.
and neck.
Talk about inattentive. Ganados that are being brought up these days, just what is happening to our society?
I have shot that man 4 times and I have not broken stealth.
Ashley could not figure out what to do there.
Can you blame her?
Okay.
Anyway, if we're taking the stealthy approach to this section, I think that's all the enemies. We can just take our time and clean up now.
Stealthy and massive quotation marks.
Yes, yes.
And I never thought to do that because I just assumed the sniper would break stealth.
You would think so with how fucking loud this thing is.
Wow, double red herb. Look at you.
Yeah, let's maybe use them. Do be mindful of the bear traps that are towards the end of this section. I mean, if there's no enemies, then whatever. I guess just walk into all of them. It doesn't hurt. Unless you're speedrunning, I guess.
I don't know, it hurt my ego a little.
The special type of obstacle that only does psychic damage. Like
Speaking
so.
of psychic damage.
See, I'm not the one playing, so I'm okay with this. Oh, there was a barrel back there.
Yeah, applying the status effect Schadenfreude.
Oh, okay, there we go.
A barrel and a crate. So in that timeline, I'm just gonna go do another once over to make sure I haven't missed anything because it seemed too empty. But in this run, I have broken stealth pretty much immediately. And now everybody's here. How did you pick her up from behind me?
Well, I'm sorry to say, you broke stealth and now you have to buy a new one.
Also, they bring out the pig man for if you go in loud.
You know, I'll admit, prior to this video, I've never actually seen this section done stealthily, and just assumed that it was scripted so that you had to get caught.
Is this the part where I say I did that first run by accident?
Ooh,
No, that's the unsaid implication.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, all skill, baby.
What the hell? Yeah, I think that's fair retribution.
You hurt?
I'm good, thanks.
I do like that Ashley and Leon do check on each other after taking severe damage.
The number of Leon Ashley shippers has increased significantly since this game came out.
Checking for enemies. Seems clear there. There's an enemy in here though.
Okay, now it's clear.
Well, no, I have to get rid of him first. And then his wiggly bits.
Damn. I knew it.
I
And
could
now
tell
his
he,
squiggly bits.
I could tell he was gonna go wiggly when I kicked him in the shins and his head exploded.
You see that? Look what he's learning from Tem's lesson from last video.
Remember, kids, never go full wiggly.
Look, I proudly wore the Wiggler hat in Monster Hunter World. I dare you to tell me to do otherwise.
And now you must drink from the chalice of atonement.
Alright, gonna take my nice Emerald Trio bonus. There's also a Castellan over there. The footage I had of me shooting it got kind of fucked up, so I no longer have that footage, but it is right by the fire.
It's okay, we believe you.
You thought it was too cruel to show off shooting a poor man trying to warm himself by a fire.
Says the man who harpooned one of them.
He wasn't trying to stay warm, he was threatening the ocean. Lake. It was a lake.
No, but you threatened him with a lot of harpoons.
Sure is quiet.
I don't know, Leon, it seems plenty loud to me.
Just enjoy the nice breather, the sound of the crickets. Moments like these are going to be few and far in between.
But according to that one audio, that means that this game is soulless compared to the original. Especially once you edit down the dynamic audio to be even quieter. So this section is a combination of the two different paths that you could take after the cabin fight in the original.
Yeah, in the original, you could go either left or right. This path here in the remake is primarily based on the left path. We'll take a look at the right path later. But, yeah. This is a more involved path.
Carefully adjusting your aim so we don't make fun of you for shooting an old man in the dick.
Leon sighed as he drew his Red 9 pistol.
Okay, so there's a locked fence right over here. Well, locked gate.
It's locked.
But you can kind of see that it's just padlocked. So if we just come around over here.
Find a nice gap.
Yeah.
I don't know, you could just go to Old Navy instead.
We can shoot the lock through one of those gaps and just find our way over here. Just get some goodies. There's also a door that lets you go inside the building, like to Leon's left at this point, but I somehow pointed the camera at the perfect angles to just completely miss it. We'll go inside soon enough anyway, and honestly, I think I'd rather not go through that door, like right now.
There are better points of entry.
Yeah.
I do like how proficient you are at finding the points where turning the camera just completely obscures it by a plank of wood.
I don't know how I keep doing that.
Just everywhere you turn.
It's a good skill to have in QA.
Also, I think we can drop down from up here into that fenced off section we just opened up.
And now that I've pointed it out, it's not going to happen again during the video, is it?
Probably not. Also, I was wrong. I think this is the last way shrine.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so up here on the second floor of this cabin, there's a locker
Wait here.
with
What?
yellow paint splattered all over.
Okay.
We can just have Ashley hide in there.
Get in the locker, nerd.
Well, it's certainly an upgrade from the original where it was a dumpster.
This is true. Also, why the fuck is there just a random locker in here?
I mean, it's for nerds, obviously.
Okay, there's a second locker down here at least. But yeah, Ashley is safe in there for now. We can call her back with R3 if we need to.
No good.
But yeah, we're gonna want to keep her safe because we're coming up on a big fight.
Oh,
and,
you're doing this. I love doing this.
I am getting ready for this fight.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple other boss fights where we're just cheesing them with explosive lines.
He even jumped over them into the cutscene.
I love it.
Sorry, didn't realize it
By
was
the way, are
yours.
those mines yours? Oh, I guess they weren't.
So that wasn't enough to kill them, but it at least did a lot of damage to them. These are the Chainsaw Sisters.
Stay down, right?
The original they were called the Bella Sisters. I don't know if they kept that name though.
I genuinely didn't know that.
Did you,
Well, maybe if you play another 30 hours in the shooting range, you'll get the charm that shows them their names.
yeah, like even the original shooting range with the bottle caps. You should know this, because the shooting range rules.
Incidentally, if you want to see an excellent and not nearly as aged as I would have feared Let's Play of the original, The Dark Id did an excellent screenshot Let's Play on the PlayStation 2 version, which, I mean, yeah, it's mid-late 2000s humor, but honestly, I think it's aged pretty well, and it's still very funny.
I mean, that just sounds like TDI in general.
Yeah, as long as you go in with the expectations that certain jokes will be made that we wouldn't make in current year, it's still really good.
Anyway, in the original version of the game, the left path would take you to an encounter with the Bella Sisters in a pit with a bunch of ladders around. Here, we're just kind of fighting in the cabin, which I kind of prefer because there's a little more cover.
I always forget that you actually can go outside of the cabin. And Ashley left. I'm still not sure exactly what causes Ashley to leave the locker on her own.
I don't know if it's a scripted thing or if I like squeezed the controller a little too tight and pressed R3 by accident.
Either of those are possible.
I kind of assumed that was the case for me. I thought, shit, I swung the camera around a little too hard and pressed R3.
Anyway, that's it for that fight.
Mr. President, I'm sorry, your daughter died during the rescue mission. My hands were just a bit too sweaty and I clicked in an analog stick. I'm sure you'll understand, and oh, what's this, I'm being fired? Never mind.
I mean, I still beat the encounter. There's a really big, like, circular path you can take up on the upper, like, platforms.
Well back there. Seems
So I just kind of kited everybody around while taking pot shots when I
That's
could.
meant to be a compliment.
Wow, Leon, that was incredibly creepy. Please don't say that again.
Okay. So, flashing back to the original version, let's check out the other side.
some reactionary YouTuber is very unhappy that there is no center path. They force you to take sides.
Har. Oh, real quick, if you're gonna do the mine thing with the Chainsaw Sisters in the remake, don't have the mines be like right up against the wall, because you'll never be able to actually initiate the thing, because Leon's just gonna pick up the mines instead. So the right side has another encounter with an El Gigante.
Leon!
So we can't really fight him, so we're just gonna slow him down as we move on.
Yeah, I mean, you can use those boulders to bonk him on the head, but the timing is pretty precise.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever managed to do that.
No, yeah, you ran past where the old key was.
What? Oh, there it is.
Also, be careful. These can and will squish you and Ashley if you're positioned incorrectly. Okay.
Wait.
So what I like to do is I like having Ashley wait over here to let El Gigante destroy the huts, so I can go in and just kind of pick up the key.
Also, a bit of a tip for those who may have some trouble with the wiggling back and forth on the analog stick QTEs. You can actually do the same thing by just rotating the stick, either clockwise or counterclockwise, and the input still registers. Much easier on the hands. Although I don't know how well that would work with a Switch controller.
I think that's probably fine on Switch controllers. There's a lot of goodies over here. I just want a damn key, and
it's in one of those two huts.
Yeah.
And on the second path, I think one of the Bella sisters holds the key for that door.
Yes. Yeah, in the original version, you're fighting the Chainsaw Sisters to get one of the keys that you can use to move on. Or in the remake, it's a crank that you can use to open the door. Which, still a key, I guess.
Going back to the stick QTE prompts, I can't remember if this was RE4 or RE5, but one of them, you could use both sticks to do it even faster.
Huh.
I think that was in 5.
Okay, damn. Less relevant than I'd hoped.
Good chance to restock here after blowing through a bunch of resources in that last section.
Oh, I kind of thought you were just gonna kick the door until the padlock fell off.
I thought so too. I don't know why I decided to stab it.
I mean, either way, it must be a master lock padlock.
Surprise!
Oh, that's not Mr. T. Or Mr. X. Wow. Brain.
It's neither of those people.
Neither of them. That's not Mr. X.
Requires cleansing.
Instead, it's a really aggressive Jesuit mercenary. Or, no, missionary. Shit. Why did I say the wrong word? Damn it.
Yes, it's not just me!
Ashley, run!
Shoot his head
Alright,
off.
so here's a
Shoot
chase
his head
sequence.
off.
Yeah, there we go.
Go, go, go!
This is the closest we're gonna get to a Mr. X style Terminator sequence here in the RE4 remake.
So this section is pretty rough for the reasons being demonstrated.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
And game over.
Yep. That's for stealing my hat.
Yeah. So if Mendez here picks up Ashley,
Wow,
it's
look at
instantly
that.
game over.
That's like a wrestling intro.
It
kind of
is.
shot.
Holy shit.
Alright, knock his head off. Yeah.
Hurry!
Oh, you can slow him down a little, though.
There we go. Oh, okay, Ashley, we can go.
I mean, in terms of game mechanics, Mendez is basically like the edge of the screen in a 2D auto-scroller.
Don't worry about them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point of comparison there.
Hell yeah, good barrel.
I'm glad they placed that gunpowder barrel at the right spot for this. Oh no!
This way.
A hilarious like cart labeled TNT in big letters. I think that's the first time I've noticed that. Oh!
You got me kidding. Then run.
You're good, but you need to be great.
Close one.
And that's the end of the chase sequence.
He got his hat back. Rude. After all that effort.
That's the only reason they were able to escape. It's because Mendez doubled back to get his hat.
So on my first run through, I did not see that path there to get to this point. So I just kind of hung around at the broken bridge trying to figure out how to get back or where to go, and I died a couple times. So yeah, I do need the splotches of yellow to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Welcome. What can I...
Intuitive level design is really hard, okay?
Yes, it is.
You're valuable. Thank you. Crossing your T's, dotting your I's. We're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend. Try that on for size.
That's probably a good set of upgrades for now.
And one of the reasons why the riot gun is so good is because the next step up in terms of shotguns, which was excellent in the original game, is a huge disappointment.
Yeah, it's not as good anymore. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah,
It's decent for crowd control, but that's about it.
Yeah, I was gonna save my complaints and rants for later.
Yeah. Anyway, before we move on, I do want to point out or show off that there was a section that was omitted from the original game in favor of that chase sequence we just got, where we would get to use those ski lifts that I pointed out earlier to make our way down. So now we got a bit of a shooting section.
This is a fun bit. I like this part.
This one is actually fairly important for new game speedruns, because this Resident Evil 4 was the first game to introduce the dynamic difficulty system that's been in every Resident Evil game since. Essentially, the idea being that the game got harder as you did better at it, and vice versa. So the idea being that during this little sequence here, you would deliberately waste all of your pistol ammo to lower your accuracy enough that the next boss fight with Mendez coming up, I don't think that's much of a spoiler, but that boss fight would be considerably easier. Mendez has considerably less HP, and there's a particular setup with incendiary grenades that makes his first phase go by much faster. And the way to do that is to just waste all your pistol ammo here so that the game thinks that you're garbage. And it goes easy on you.
I always wondered about that.
Also, this segment, I really like this segment because it's really easy to see Ashley like fist pumping as you successfully hit autos.
It's adorable. She still does it in the remake, but it's a lot harder to notice.
Yeah.
Good on Ashley for refusing to vault over the broken glass. If only Leon was that sensible.
Okay, no, you still blocked the camera with an open locker door. We're good.
And you can also command Ashley to wait here. She'll keep the door open for you.
Be careful.
There's one particular part of the game much, much later where that becomes very useful. By the way, you can also place explosive mines here for the same effect.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounded like he just shot a spitball at him.
Abandon your body to the will of our God.
You're a shitty missionary. You know that.
Oh, Almighty, grant me the strength to crush your enemies.
Son of a bitch. Ashley, run!
Okay.
Hasta luego.
God, I thank you for your gift.
You want to get ugly? Let's get ugly.
Pretty sure the human centipede isn't supposed to be just one guy.
Should've known you were one of the bugs.
I'm sorry, I stole that joke. That is not my joke.
So this is Chief Mendez. He's a little stiffer than Wiggly, but you know, shoot at the big eyeball on his back, shoot at his exposed spinal column. Eventually, you'll stagger him.
Are you? Oh yes, you're gonna show this off. Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Had to have done something.
I don't think I ever did that, so that
There's an
rules.
achievement for doing that specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that the achievement did not pop up should be the indicator that I had some problems recording chapter 6.
I don't blame you, especially given the playstyle you're going for.
It wasn't even like, you know, an execution problem. It was like my equipment was getting all weird on me.
Also, for the record, the joke I stole came from the Monster Factory for Street Fighter 6.
Okay, so once you've done enough damage to Chief Mendez here, he separates, his torso separates from his legs, and we begin phase 2 where his big ol' scorpion claws are his primary locomotion.
Guess your tap dancing days are over.
Yes, very astute.
So, I don't know how to dodge these.
I don't think you can dodge them from the lower floor, but if you climb up onto the upper balcony,
That's how you dodge them.
yeah, you have enough room to dodge them.
I never considered going upstairs, actually, I don't think. But yeah, I'm very bad at consistently dodging these.
He says as he dodges that attack incredibly well.
I don't
too
know what the
soon.
fuck I'm doing.
Oof.
There we go. That's more what I'm used to. I'm glad the game gives you a red herb for this.
Watch where you're swinging those things.
Well, his tap dancing days are over, but he would make for a pretty good ballet dancer.
Very good circus acrobat.
I'm sure that Cirque du Soleil can bend its rules on no animals allowed for to let you join.
Okay, so at some point he'll pick up some red barrels. Definitely shoot those to deal some damage to him. I am way more competent at dodging those than I remember. What happened?
This also started a trend where maybe it was just because I became more experienced in the game, but I found that boss fights generally were much easier on my hardcore run than they were on my first standard run.
Leon!
I can't believe Mendez would throw away a career as a trapeze artist like this.
Because he read about Dick Grayson's origin story. He's still traumatized by that, refuses to go into trapeze.
Who could blame him? Okay, so we can go pick up Mendez's false eye,
Give my regards to your god.
which was somewhat more important in the original version than it is now.
That used to be a key item.
It was indeed.
A literal key item.
You're welcome.
Thanks. This fire's bound to catch their attention. Let's keep moving.
Leon, I'm not gonna turn into one of them, right?
I won't let that happen. I promise.
All right. So we can grab one last treasure before we move on from Act 1 for good.
What's going on?
Well, at least we don't have to worry about being followed. Come on.
And that's the end of Act 1.
Next time, we get to see Leon and Ashley's adventures in the local medieval times.